If you think you've already missed your planting window this season, you haven't. This is one of the most common mistakes gardeners make, and it happens at the same point every year. Early spring feels like the real start, and once that window passes, people assume they're behind, beds sit half empty, plans get pushed to next year, but that assumption is what actually limits your garden. Because gardening isn't about a single start date, it's about understanding timing, conditions, and choosing crops that match where you are right now. And right now, your garden is in one of the strongest phases of the entire season. The soil is warm, which means roots establish faster. The days are long, which means plants grow more aggressively, and certain vegetables don't just tolerate this timing, they prefer it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 vegetables you can still plant this month that will give you a real harvest, not just a handful, but consistent, meaningful production before the season ends. These are not last resort crops. These are crops that actually perform better when planted now. And stay to the end because the last one is the crop almost everyone assumes is too late. But it's one of the easiest ways to extend your harvest weeks beyond what most gardeners get. Number 1, bush beans. If you only plant one thing after watching this video, make it bush beans. They are one of the fastest full-cycle crops you can grow, from seed to harvest in about 50 to 60 days. That means even if your growing season feels short, you still have time to get a full yield. Plant seeds directly into warm soil about 1 inch deep and roughly 6 inches apart. No transplanting, no trellis, no complicated setup. And here's why planting now is actually better than planting earlier. Bean seeds struggle in cold soil. In early spring, they germinate slowly and unevenly, which leads to weak plants and inconsistent harvests. But when you plant them now in warm soil, they germinate in 4 to 5 days and come up strong and uniform. That difference alone can double your success rate. And here's where beans become even more valuable: succession planting. If you plant this week, you'll harvest in about 8 weeks. Once those plants finish, you can clear the bed, add a thin layer of compost, and plant something like fall lettuce or radishes in the same space. I've done this multiple times. And one small bed can produce 2 full crops in a single season. I always keep a bag of bush bean seeds on hand specifically for late plantings, because they are the most reliable way to turn empty space into food in a short window. That's how you turn empty space into continuous production. Number 2, cucumbers. Most gardeners rush to plant cucumbers early, but they actually perform better when planted into warm soil. Right now, conditions are close to ideal. From seed to harvest in about 50 to 60 days, but with faster early growth because the roots are active immediately. Direct sow seeds about 1 inch deep and space them roughly 12 inches apart, or transplant if you want a head start. And if you do one thing differently this time, grow them vertically. A simple trellis completely changes the outcome. It improves airflow, reduces disease pressure, and gives you cleaner, straighter fruit. I used to grow cucumbers along the ground and production was inconsistent. Once I switched to vertical growth, I got more cucumbers from fewer plants with less disease. And here's the one thing you cannot skip: consistent watering. Cucumbers are heavy drinkers, especially in warm weather. If watering is inconsistent, fruit turns bitter and production drops. But if you keep moisture steady, they'll produce quickly and reliably. If you're in zones 7 through 9, you have plenty of time. In zones 5 and 6, get them in within the next 1 to 2 weeks to stay within a safe harvest window before frost. Number 3, zucchini and summer squash. This is one of the highest output crops you can plant right now. From seed to harvest in about 50 days, and once it starts producing, it doesn't slow down. One plant can easily produce 8 to 12 pounds of fruit over a season. Even planted now, you'll still get several weeks of strong production before temperatures shift. Plant seeds about 1 inch deep or transplant seedlings and give each plant at least 3 to 4 feet of space. Space matters more than people think. Crowded plants reduce airflow, which increases disease pressure and lowers yield, but properly spaced plants stay healthier and produce longer. And here's the hidden advantage of planting now: pest timing. In many regions, squash vine borers are most active earlier in the season. Early plantings often take the hit when plants are still small. Late plantings sometimes avoid the worst of that cycle. I've seen this consistently. My later zucchini plantings often outlast my early ones simply because they missed that pressure window. It's not guaranteed, but it shifts the odds in your favor. Number 4, lettuce and salad greens. This is where most people get it completely wrong. They think lettuce is only a spring crop, but late season lettuce is often better than spring lettuce. The key is timing and conditions. In zones 5 and 6, you can plant now or within the next few weeks. In zones 7 through 9, wait until temperatures start dropping slightly, usually late August into September. Choose heat-tolerant varieties like Jericho, Muir, or Summer Crisp if you're planting during warmer periods. Direct sow seeds about 2 to 3 inches apart and keep the soil consistently moist during germination. And here's the trick that makes this work: shade. If daytime temperatures are still above 80 degrees, use a simple shade cloth over the bed. It takes minutes to set up, but it can extend your harvest window by weeks. I do this every year. My fall lettuce grown under shade cloth produces better leaves than my spring lettuce because the light is softer and the nights are cooler. Instead of harvesting full heads, harvest outer leaves as they grow. This gives you continuous production from a small space for 4 to 6 weeks. Number 5, tomatoes. This is the one most people think is too late, and that assumption is what makes it powerful. Because while long-season indeterminate tomatoes do need an early start, determinate varieties are built for speed. Varieties like Bush Early Girl, Celebrity, 4th of July, and Juliet are designed to produce within a concentrated window, often 60 to 70 days from transplant. That means if you plant them now, you can still harvest before the season ends. The key is using transplants, not seeds. Seeds take too long at this point, but transplants remove that delay completely, and right now conditions are ideal. Warm soil means roots establish immediately, with no early season stall. I tested this by planting a second round of Celebrity tomatoes in mid-June, and I had ripe fruit just over 60 days later. They didn't replace my early crop, but they extended my harvest well into fall, and that's the strategy most people miss. You're not starting over, you're extending your season. And here's the pattern behind all 5 of these crops. They're not random. When they're selected because they match the conditions you have right now: fast-growing crops, warm soil performers, plants that don't need a full season to succeed, and this is the shift that changes how you garden. You stop thinking in fixed seasons, and you start thinking in cycles. One crop finishes, another begins. One space opens, another gets filled. Over time, your garden stops being a one-time event and becomes a continuous system. And here's the part most people don't realize until they try it. You don't need to plant everything at once, you just need to keep planting. So if you still have space in your garden, don't leave it empty. Use it, plant one of these, start small, and let it build from there.